Wonderful. Okay, great. It's a last of geometric progression. So today we are going to look at one ECZ examination question, which of course comes in a very funny way, looking difficult but very simple. So that is what we are going to look at today as we practice. So I'll ask you to pay attention and be able to follow as we solve the following questions. ECZ exam questions. So specifically, we are talking of the 12 paper 2 questions. So in these questions, I've just picked from within of these 2017 and 2018, but 2022 also is part of it. I would advise you to look on these papers because they are going to give you a hint of whatever kind of examination questions are designed in ECZ. Now let's do the solutions here. Solutions. So we start with the first one. Somehow very funny. The first one reads, the first three terms of a geometric progression are 6 plus n. These are the first three terms, 6 plus n, and 10 plus n, and 15 plus n. These are the first three terms. Find the value of n. You're finding the value of n, the common ratio, the sum of the first 6 terms of the sequence. So we need to find the sum. Our key thing is finding the sum. So this is a full question, complete question of how it comes. And it carries good marks. As you can see, this is 2, 4, we have 7 marks. So let's start with question number 1. Question number 1, Roman numeral 1. So let's start with listing the terms. We have 6 plus n. Okay, we have 10 plus n, and we have 15 plus n. So these are the three terms that we have been given. And now they're asking us to find the value of n. So that's the first question. So the first question is, we need to find the value of n. So how do I get to find the value of n? So in order for you to be able to find the value of n, you need to know the formula for finding the common ratio of the geometric progression. So how do I find the common ratio? The common ratio is found by term 2. Okay, let's find the common ratio first here. So let me say, we want to find the value of n. We need to find the value of n here. So for me to be able to find the value of n, I need to use the formula which I know, common ratio T2 divided by T1, meaning term 1 divided by term 2 is equal to term 3 divided by term 2. If you want, you can continue going like that, but I would advise you to just reach at this stage because we've been given 3 terms here. So these 3 terms have been given, replace on term 2. What is my term 2? This is my term 1, and this is my term 2 and term 3. So I'm going to say term 2, it is 10 plus n over, what is term 1? 6 plus n equal to, term 3 is 15 plus n divided by term 2 is 10 plus n. So that is how you do it if you want to find the value of n. So our main goal is to find the value of n. So we shall work it out like that. So once you do that, now you can simplify by crossing by this equal sign changes, you cross the multiplication, you cross multiply here, so that you interchange and form an equation, a single equation. So how do we do it now? We are simply saying this 10 plus n multiplies with 10 plus n, and 6 plus n multiplies with 15 plus n. So we are going to write it in this manner. We are going to say 10, okay, plus n, 10 plus n multiplied by, okay, my marker is somehow finished, so let me use the green one. 10 plus n multiplied by 10 plus n. So it's more like I'm multiplying this, equal to 6 plus n multiplied by 15 plus n. So that is how it is. That's how we work it out. So when you reach at this stage now, all you need to do is to multiply 10. So this, remember, every element in this component, it multiplies the next one. So we have 10 multiplies with everything inside this set, and n multiplies with everything inside there. So it is distribution method. So we use distribution method in multiplication here. 10 times 10, we have 100. We write our 100 there. 10 times n, we have plus 10n. N times 10, we have plus 10n equal to, okay, not equal to, n times n, we have plus n squared equal to now. So I have distributed the 10 plus n with this 10 plus n, and we have formed this kind of expression. Now let's come to the next one. 6 times 15, what is 6 times 15? We have 30, okay, let me use my calculator. 15 times 6, we have 90, okay? 90, so let us write our 90 there. 90. 6 times n, we have plus 6n. N times 15, we have plus 15n. And n times n, we have n squared. Okay, so we are trying to find the value of n, and this is the way to go. So now when you reach at this stage, how do you do it? Collect the like terms and simply work out the like terms, and then after that you can look at the other expression and this expression. If we have like terms, collect them and solve them. So let's begin. 100, it has no like term this side, so I'll leave it 100 the way it is. 10n plus 10n, we have 20n, because these are like terms. They both have n, okay? Plus n squared is equal to 90, does not have any like term, so plus 6n plus 15, we have 15 plus 6, okay, we have 21, okay, 15 plus 6, okay, we have plus 21, plus a, or 21n plus n squared. Now at this stage, you collect the like terms. Collect the like terms and group them together now at this stage. So we want to find the value of n. So it will be wise, you see the 100 is this side and I don't want the negative side. So get this constant number and take it the other side, and the n values you push them that side. So we have 100 minus 90, okay, equal to what we have? We have 21 n plus n squared. Now when I get this 20 here, it will be 20n, it will be minus 20n minus n squared. I've grouped the like terms. When positive 20 crosses the equal sign, it becomes negative. And positive n squared crosses, it becomes negative. So now in this, we can simplify now. 90 times 100, 90 minus 100 minus 90, you have your 10 equal to 21 minus n, we have n, okay, the value of n, we have just one n. Then n minus n, we have 0. N minus n, we have 0. So now here you can see n minus 0 is more like we are saying 10 is equal to n. Therefore, the value of n is equal to what? 10. So this is the value of n. So now that you have found the value of n to be 10, you can easily find the true first term. Now look at this question. They are saying that find the value of n. Once you find the value of n, find the common ratio. So finding the common ratio now is to use the same formula. But remember, now that I know my n, I can replace there and there, add the two, and then divide. That to be my common ratio, and you are done. That is how you work out this kind of a question. So let us see how we can find. So this is how we can work out question 1. Now, what about question 2? Find the common ratio. Now, finding the common ratio, it will be very straightforward in this scenario. Since I know my n, I will say common ratio is equal to term 2 divided by term 1. That's how we find the common ratio of a geometric progression. Now, you are going to write the full figure, which is 6 plus n divided by, okay, not 6 plus n because it's term 2. We have 10 plus n plus n divided by 6 plus n. Okay, you want to find the common ratio. Now you know your n, so we are just going to replace. Let us replace. We have 10 plus 10 divided by 6 plus 10. So now you add this 10 plus 10, we have 20. Divided by 6 plus 10, we have 16. We want to find the common ratio, so that is how you work it out. So 20 divided by 16. So that will be your common ratio. If you work it out by dividing, you are going to get a fraction or a decimal place. Now, since you are using a calculator, our common ratio will be 1.25. That is our common ratio. So our common ratio will be 1.25. That is how you find your common ratio, 1.25. Okay, so you see I'm using a calculator most of the time so that I don't waste a lot of time. So this is how you are going to work it out in your examination room. A calculator is very helpful in this paper because this is paper 2. You need, it's a must, you need to have a calculator. Minus a calculator, you're going to fail because you need to beat time. So this is how you find the common ratio. So the common ratio for this one, it will be 1.25. So that's the common ratio. So if you multiply, so if you add this one, 20, the first term already we know it is 20. This is the first term and this is the second term. So the first term is 20. So when you multiply 20 times 1.25, you're going to get the second term. So you can try it and say 20 times 1.25, you are going to get the second term. Oh, not the, okay, this is not 20, but this is, the first term is 16. 16 multiplied by 1.25, you are going to get 20. Now, when you get the second term, multiplied by that one, you are going to get the same term. So 16 multiplied by 1.25, we have our 20. 20 times 1.25, we have 25. So the third term is 25. So you can prove it by multiplying. Hence, you are done. Now, let us move to the second question. Find the sum of the first 6 terms. Okay, so now when you look at this common ratio, it is greater than 1, isn't it? The common ratio is greater than 1. So in finding the sum of first 6 geometric progression, we need to know what kind of formula to use. Hence, we are going to use the formula that is, there are 2 formulas in finding the sum to the sum of a geometric progression. One which has to, if the common ratio is less than 1, and the other one if the common ratio is greater than 1. So let us work out that one. So where am I going to work it out? Okay, let's find the sum here. I can erase all this. We already have the knowledge of that part, so I can erase it. So that we do it here. So please pay attention. These things are very easy. Don't be cheated by someone saying, no, you are going to fail your grade 12. That's a lie. You can't fail. As long as you watch my videos and you allow me to help you, you are going to overcome it just like the way I did it. Going to overcome without problem and without stress. To be a walkover for you. Okay, so now let's see how to answer this here. Okay, since we know we are doing sequence and series, so this one can overlook. Okay, so let's answer the first question. We need to write the formula first, the formula for finding the sum. So what is the formula for finding the sum? The formula for finding the sum, we have sum. Okay, now we are answering question number 3. We have, if I want to find the sum, the formula is sum is equal to, okay, in this scenario we are going to use the first one, first term. Okay, first term multiply first term, yes, and then we are going to say n, 1 to the power n, sorry, 1 to the power n, because this is the common ratio is greater than 1. So we are going to say 1 to the power n minus, okay, 1, then common ratio to the power n over 1 common ratio is greater than 1. Okay, so I'm trying to write the formula. Okay, let me just write both of them so that you see the difference. Okay, or you can, this formula is only used when, okay, when common ratio is less than 1. That is the formula you are going to use. But if the common ratio is greater than 1, you are going to use a different formula. So we are going to say sum is equal to first term, okay, r to the power n minus 1. Then we have r minus 1. This is only when common ratio is greater than 1. So that is the only term we use. So now look at the common ratio which we have here. This is 1.25. It is greater than 1. It's not less than 1. So we are going to use this formula, not the top one. So once you use this one, you are going to find problems. So this is the correct formula you are going to use. So let us use the correct formula to find this question. So how do we solve this one? Now let's begin. We are going to replace where there is sum of what? 6 terms. So we have to find the sum of 6 terms. So we are saying sum of 6 terms is equal to, what is my first term? Do I know my first term? Yes, my first term it is 16. So 16, okay, so I have 16 there. What is my common ratio? My common ratio is 1.25 to the power what? Okay, 1.25. Now this is raised to power 6 because I want to find the 6th term. Minus 1, okay, you can even close this in brackets like that, over, what is my common ratio? 1.25 minus 1. Alright, so now let us use the calculator in order for us to find the work easy. So we are going to say 1.25 to the power 6. I have 3.8. I have 3.8 minus 1. I have 2.8. So meaning that you are going to have 16 multiplied by 2.8 in 3 significant figures, 1, 5. You can put it in that manner. And then we divide by 1.25. So 1.25 minus 1, we have 0.25. We have 0.25. So when we multiply the top part, which we have 16, 25 to the power 6, multiplied by 16, okay, minus 1, multiplied by 16, we have 45. So let me just write it here. Okay, we have 45.035 divided by 0.25. So what is my sum therefore? When you divide that one with 0.25, you have 180 degrees. So 180, not degrees, sorry, 180, that is my sum. So therefore, you can say, therefore, the sum of the 60th term is equal to 180. So the sum over the 60th term is equal to what? 180. So we have found the sum of the 60th term. So that is how you work out the sum of the 60th term. We have found what we call the value of n, and we have found the common ratio, and now we have found the sum of the 60th term, which is 180. So this is how you work out this simple question. If it comes in your exam, please do remember to get it correct, because these are simple things. So we shall end here. Pause the video, try to go through and copy these in your notebook so that it can be easy to look at any time of the day. So we end from here. Otherwise, God bless. Make sure that these two formulas, you know them by heart. You can easily differentiate them. If you don't know them, you will easily get confused and use the other one, and life becomes difficult for you. But thank God I've made it easy for you, hopefully, and hopefully to see you in the next lesson video. Bye-bye.